Hey.
Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I counting? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow. Things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails. Which part is which?
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the September 15th, wow, edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, streaming live someplace
here, there, and everywhere.
Booming across the warm and sun-drenched cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners residing here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. With us this morning, my former personal relationship advisor, Elmo Schneider, is in the house.
Good morning, everyone.
Like the President Trump says, you're fired. Or you quit, would you? You probably quit before.
How'd things go with the Moyle last night?
Oh, jeez. I can get to that. I'm being converted.
Okay.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
It always is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I got Captain Mike and K-Dog. They're helping me out now.
Oh, Jesus.
And they refer to me as their very severely wounded warrior project. I even set up a GoFundMe page. So I just may have turned the corner on this love business.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, there's corners and then there's corners.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
Just taking me a little longer to get there.
Right.
And we have a special guest coming in the second hour.
The 11 o'clock hour, correct?
Do we want to announce it now or just make it build up the act? Build up the act?
Yep.
All right.
We're going to leave it as a surprise.
Okay.
Suspense.
We'll be surprised if she shows up. Also, my
Radiator probably blew. Fan belt broke on the car. I can't make it in.
Yeah, I can't make it in. I got too much gas, and all the tires got air in them.
Right.
I just can't make it out, and the weather's terrible. Also, my boyhood hero, our video coordinator, the Love Doctor. You're not a Cabana boy anymore, right?
Yeah, still. Yeah,
Still?
we got a few days of summer left. So,
We do?
yeah, till the 22nd of September.
Oh. See, he's a wealth of information.
Yeah.
You can tell when the guy brings his A game when he brings his cell phone in here and he's playing games on there.
Paying bills.
Yeah.
Hanging on your every word.
Lost in
And speaking of hanging on my every word, engineering and board operating the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning, Wacky Wayne is here. How do you explain that shirt for those?
For the people that can't see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some sight gags on the radio.
What is it?
That sounds brilliant.
Look like a captain. And then you got the skull and the crossbones on your hat.
What? It's a Hawaiian shirt.
Are you
Yeah.
are you? Oh, you
Come on,
can't.
it's summer.
You look like you're in a cult.
I could be a cult.
Yeah, could be. What would the name of your cult be? Wacky Wayne.
Something. I'd come up with something.
This week, the Kenosha State Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services, and we do have a secret word.
We do?
Someplace.
I see it hanging,
Yeah.
sitting right there. Hold on. Yep.
I was busy this morning. It was foggy out.
I'm sure it's on an Excel spreadsheet somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. And you have to go through
half the
500.
half the rainforest is dead because you tried to print out the word of the day. Got it.
Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word.
They did.
Yeah, and the first
What
caller.
is it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Where is it?
Oh, it's over here.
Oh, we're putting it down there now?
Well,
it the
we'll have
donuts?
to.
We put it in the donuts? We put it right on top of the donuts? Uh-huh.
Okay, I can't tell you.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not in the morning. And if you happen to say the secret word, the first caller to say that secret word will win a $20 Boathouse gift card. And coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, of course, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy. sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, the top 10 thought-provoking category this week is the top 10 signs Elmo has gone nuts.
Now, do we have 10?
Oh, we had more than 10. I
Right,
had to
we
pare
had
his
to pare
back.
it down? Okay.
Not that he's just kind of going off the deep end a little bit here.
Okay, all right.
We're just,
That happened a long, long time
Yeah,
ago.
right.
of course, our Inspiring Kenosha segment featuring Captain Mike.
We're still doing that?
Yeah.
All right.
He took notes. Now he takes a bar napkin.
He didn't
last
destroy
week.
the napkin. I
Yeah,
think.
and I
Didn't
said-
destroy the napkin this time?
The topic is how to survive a hurricane. If a hurricane comes to Kenosha.
Okay.
How to survive, and we'll see. Yeah, he wrote that down, and I just hope he didn't blow his nose in it and throw it
Yeah,
out like he
right.
did last
You know, they've
week.
had all that coverage of Hurricane Florence or whatever.
Tropical Storm Florence or
Yeah,
whatever
what,
it is now.
now downgraded. But I never saw if the effects on Mayberry and Mount Pilot, which were right down there. So
Right.
What I don't understand is, CNN and MSNBC, everybody's covering this,
Right.
like almost 24/7, and they got these reporters and announcers standing in the middle of the water up to their waist, and the winds are, one little wind and away they go.
Jim Cantori.
Jim
weather-
Cantori.
he started it. He started that whole
Yeah,
thing.
the
I mean-
weather God.
Last thing I'd want to be doing is standing in water with an electric microphone, you know.
Yeah, it's okay. They'll be fine.
Well,
They've got insurance.
all that to get ratings. Now, would we stoop to something that low?
Yes, you would.
Sure.
Well, we'll bring on the rain.
All right.
Bring it
We'll
on.
open a window.
Also, during that half hour, we'll play Stump the Chumps. We'll see if our guest wants to play Stump the Chumps, because we probably need a little help. She's a smart woman. Already tipped it off. It's a woman. Go figure.
Well, that'll increase the ratings right there. So
Well, sure. And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, we'll let you join us for an upcoming show. And you can see all the intricacies, planning, and technology that goes into this.
You sound so excited when you read that. You can join us.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Yeah, you can
we
see
think
the
this
show.
is this
Right.
NPR or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to play, and then after 11:30, what are we going to call this week as the special editorial segment? High Five
Well,
Singers and Doofuses. What is it, Elmer?
Well, it's as the trolley turns.
as the trolley turns. Oh, yeah, by the way.
It says Kenosha Trolley Day today.
Yeah. We have a caller?
Yeah.
Captain Midnight?
Kenosha Trolley Day.
Somebody who's listening to the radio really
Turn
well.
your radio down. Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Good morning, Uncle Scotty.
Oh, right
Oh,
out
that's
of the
right after
chute.
11 o'clock.
Oh, I'll call back.
No. Let's.
No,
all right.
we have our guest at 11.
Yeah,
so we should
that's
get
right.
this out of the way.
Oh, you see? This
Oh,
is-
we're going to get it out of the way now.
Yeah, we're gonna. No, not. We're not. We're,
Let's get this out of the way.
no, that he didn't mean that. All right. So, inspiring Kenosha. Hypothetically, if a hurricane hits Kenosha, how would you handle it?
Well, I have a large Overeaters Anonymous meeting, and then I get in the center of it.
If a hurricane hits,
Yeah, you get Overeaters Anonymous. Some people call it Fatsos Anonymous, but Overeaters, OA.
and
A
that
big meeting, and you get in the center of it, and then it'd be like gigantic sandbags, right? Then
Human
you could call
sandbags.
it-
All right.
You could call it Hurricane Hillary, and anybody with a brain would evacuate quickly. Get it? Evacuate.
so a lot of thought went into this since I saw you 12 hours
sure.
ago, right?
And now that else works, you mark it Kenosha is the world's largest aquarium. Okay. That's about it, man.
No.
Everything else is dirty.
Oh no, no.
That's what they're dirty, the palm tree, the nuts, and the
All right.
wind. Okay.
Big Packer Viking game tomorrow. You going to join us?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
That's tomorrow noon.
Okay. I'll see you. Okay.
You brought it.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Well,
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Bye-bye.
okay.
Bye-bye.
Like you said, let's get this all out of the way with.
There you go. In, out, done. Almost painless. Like your relationships.
Painless.
You still got that cough.
Yeah, I can't seem to.
Congestion's just hanging around.
It is. And I've been taking liquids, to try
I'm sure.
to flush this thing out.
Right. It's
Wait,
not
sounds
working, huh?
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound better.
Yeah.
You're back to norm.
Yeah,
Well,
in fact,
sort of. I still got...
no hoodie today,
Yeah.
so that means
Right.
your hair is drying.
It's magically grown back in that week, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get this one out of the way with too.
Morning,
right?
Shirley.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good
Shirley.
morning.
You're
Is
not
it
the first
still-
caller today,
still
huh?
coughing, Scott?
Yeah, but I'm taking a lot of liquids, so.
Yeah, you don't sound any better.
Well, thank you. Hey,
No.
Shirley, you should be a little ashamed of yourself. You're not on your A game because Captain Mike called in and beat you.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I was getting dressed. He beat me.
He's probably not dressed. That's why the real reason he beat you.
There's the reason. All right.
Yeah.
Shirley, the Unified School District had the big electors meeting to approve the budget of $257 million.
That had a huge turnout.
Boy, oh boy. You know who turned out? The 7 school board members, the superintendent, less than about 7 administrators, 2 central office personnel, and your name was mentioned. So my question is, I guess we relied on you to vote on the school budget, $257 million. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
You know, what I don't understand, where do they publish that this was even going on?
Yeah, I never.
I mean, usually they
It's probably in the legal notices. They put
down in the
news, so.
legal notices next to corner where my name is.
KUSD website.
Yeah. Well, who goes
Yeah, I
on
never
there?
see it.
But anyway, that's really a shame when we went to the when we went to this process.
The common school district.
School
Instead
district.
of having the board vote on the budget.
On the budget, they made it this way. So I think that's back in the early '90s when Dennis and Sally were reigning terror throughout the. And so they had this vote. I think we had to vote to go to this.
Yep.
And it was a way at the time that the people could decide if you're going to build a school or what. This is just the operating budget.
Well,
This
no.
wasn't-
Building a school still has to go to a
That's right.
referendum. So.
Okay, but this is just the operating budget, so that the school district can't go out and do whatever they want. So actually, I think the school district and the superintendent, Sue Savaglio Jarvis, is doing a very good job, along with her administrators.
I think so. I'm waiting for your guest after 11 o'clock. I wonder who it'll be.
Oh, it's a big surprise.
Oh my God, we can't disclose that.
And I can't wait till Tuesday at 5 o'clock to see Wacky Wade's shirt that he's wearing.
Luckily, I'm hiding behind the other
He's not
side,
on-
and I'm not on the camera, so it works out
Well,
nicely.
you have
Maybe-
to get on the camera so I can see
Oh,
you.
yeah, I'll totally get right on that.
Maybe Spider will take a picture and put
Spider's,
it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
I already sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he did. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
First thing I did.
Is it on Facebook?
Not
It will
yet.
be.
Not yet.
Will be.
At some point.
Yeah, no, I just duck in there so I can see you. I want to see your shirt.
Oh, sure.
Looks like a cross between Captain Midnight and Captain Mike.
And you, I want to see you on camera.
No, it's okay.
yeah.
We don't need that.
Yes, we do.
We don't need the ratings.
Everybody looks good on
Yeah.
the camera. I always wait to see the people on the camera.
Well, Spider does a great job on this, and he edits it and gets it over to Channel 14 for Tuesdays at 5 and Wednesdays at 6, and so.
Yeah, he does
kudos
a
to
good
him.
job.
All right, Shirley.
Okay,
All right.
just pray for your question. If a hurricane came here, pray a lot and stay high and dry.
Oh, staying high.
Stay
We got
high,
no
yeah.
problem there, baby. You hit the magic word. That's not the secret word, but yeah, we're halfway home.
Yeah, high and dry, right?
High and dry, high and wet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Talk to
I'm
you
waiting
later.
for your guest.
Okay.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too,
You too,
Shirley.
Shirley.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
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 You know, the big topic this week is the city is, according to a couple aldermen, Bigdal and Krasansky, trying to set up these life rings. And I think we talked about this last week. It was the tragic drowning of a 17 or 18-year-old kid. And but the problem is it's a federal installation, and this is according to our city attorney, Ed Antaranian, who says this ain't the city's fault. And so if all of a sudden we want to put a kiosk there and life rings, we are now responsible. So in a sue-happy world that we live in, trust me, I know all about that.
Oh, are you on the front page of the paper again?
Yeah, I mean, so now the mayor had kind of a good idea. He was going to fence off the North Pier. However, the public could still get it from if you go over to the Simmons Island Beach and go through the boardwalk and everything.
I've got an idea, Scott.
Okay.
Since that's a federal installation, maybe we can get Donald Trump to build a wall there and have Mexico pay for it.
Boy, that's thinking outside the box, man. That's
It's a brilliant plan.
brilliant plan.
Brilliant.
262-694-1050.
Totally going to work.
I think, and so this Bagdala's plan, he would make a fine of $1,000, and up to the 90 days in the county jail if anybody gets caught stealing something from the kiosk. Well, the wonderful Kenosha Police Department, which is stretched so thin as it is, and boy, you can tell that Simmons Island is not exactly on their radar because, when these guys, the city aldermen, switched the speed limit down to Simmons Island to 15 miles an hour. Boy, I haven't seen, on occasion, I happen to sit there.
Once in a while,
Once
somebody's
in a-
going less than 40 across the bridge.
Even the skateboarders and the rollerbladers are going more than 35. So, you can put up all these fines and everything else, but you got to catch somebody.
Right.
And
So-
go ahead.
Since I'm not, from Kenosha, I don't spend a lot of time here. I don't, read all the papers. What's the big deal? Somebody drowned off the beach. I mean, I get it. The loss of life is sad, but if you're going to go swimming at your own risk,
That's right.
What's the problem? Why do I need a fence? Why do I need a fine? Why do I need a kiosk full of safety equipment no one's
Because
going
it
to
makes
use?
people feel better that they're doing something. That's why.
This is the fourth drowning we've had this year.
Is that it?
The year's not over yet either.
Right. So, I mean, I get it. You go swimming, you're swimming at your own risk. Nobody wants to pay for a lifeguard. Nobody's going to keep this stuff in the kiosk.
Nope. They're going to
So
steal
what's what's the real point other than we're
makes
trying to stroke somebody's ego?
gives
What are
an
we up
alderman
for?
a
Are we up
purpose in
for
life.
re-election? Is this what it is?
Well, they're not up for election till
Well, then
2 more years. But
I don't see what the problem is.
But here's the other deal. I suggested
Stupidity
some time
should be
back
painful.
Yep.
is that you
Usually
take
is.
everybody's name and the date that they unfortunately left us, and you put a big monument on there. Here, John Doe died
Sure.
this date. And maybe that gets somebody's attention. And Elmo's got a better idea on the same sign.
If you swim here, you will die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Jeez.
I mean-
This is...
The harbor's kind of made for like
Boat.
boats and ships and stuff. And in fact, I
Right.
think it is illegal to swim in there. I knew a guy that swam across the harbor one time
It's about 100
F-
yards. Yeah.
after a bunch of cocktails, and the cops met him on the other side, pulled him out of the water, gave him a ticket for $150.
If you jump off the 50th Street Bridge, it's $75. So, but there is no sign. So if somebody jumps off the 50th Street Bridge and doesn't come up, well, okay, that's again stupidity. But I don't know. This should have been probably 5-6 years ago. I was walking on the south side on a Sunday morning, getting my exercise, keeping my body buffed, and
I see why you quit walking.
so there was kids jumping on there, and I yelled at them. I says, "There's a sign there." Well, 2 kids flipped me off.
Yeah.
So
don't care.
I did my. What are you going to do? Put a fence around me?
No. Well, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
So I don't know this. It's unfortunate, but you can't, like Elmo says, and I agree. You can't legislate stupidity.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And I don't care how many languages. The other issue was at the
Put one in Spanish.
yeah,
because
put one in English, put one in
Spanish-
French. It's a very sad thing, but like I said, unfortunately, it won't be the last.
No.
Nope.
And it might not even be the last this year. So
And no matter what
People
they
have
put
been
out
drowning
there,
out
people are
there
going to do
since
that.
Kenosha was here.
yeah. So anyway, if anybody wants to give us your opinion on that, 262-694-1050. Of course, today is Streetcar Day,
Yes, it is.
Trolley day?
Trolley Day.
Trolley Day.
Streetcar day? Whatever.
Yeah, Kenosha
All right.
Trolley Day, featuring tours, displays, and you can get. I think we have 5 trolley cars, and you can get down there. And admission is free, and it starts today at 10, goes to 4, and you can see how a trolley goes to nowhere with nobody on it.
Well,
You know-
maybe there will people be on it. It's
Well, they're not
trolley
going to
day.
take these out. They're not going to take these out and drive them, are they? I can't imagine a big
sure.
trolley day. This gas trolley that they have that kind of loops
Yeah.
around down. Does it go down to Kemper?
Yeah, I rode on that.
Yeah. You did?
Yep.
Would you think you were taking an Uber or you got on by accident? Or?
No, we were down at Tribute Island, and it came through, and
Oh.
we wanted to go to a certain local establishment, and it went right past it. So we hopped on.
Well, see, it makes sense.
$1 a piece for the ride.
There you
Did
go.
you go to the car show?
I did not make the car show. Well, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. How's that for an answer?
That's good.
I knew
What
where
are you
it
running
was.
for mayor again?
Yeah, I knew where it was.
Okay. I looked out the window.
I have to tell this story. I was working in my little office in my house, and this older fellow comes in. He actually looked like he was come from underneath the 50th Street Bridge. And he says, I'm campaigning for Bob Wirtz. And I says, well, there's no spaghetti here. So,
Yeah. Okay.
he had a few extra meatballs, but I didn't know if the senator's up for election this year. If he is, I don't know
Haven't
if
heard
anybody's
anything.
running against him.
Whatever, he's a little
Anyway,
out of sync.
so if anybody wants to, going back to the gas streetcar, at least it moved people on that particular weekend. And,
Yes.
And some of the other ones, like for this, they should run them a little more often in the loop, especially on the weekends, because there's festivals down there all the time, and it actually moves people. It only costs $1 apparently. And we can talk about the hurricane. Kind of all hurricaned out, but I want to read this. This is a message to all our business owners that might be listening. If you're looking to hire new people, what better way to seek new qualified hires than to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions? There are approximately 1.4 million people living in the WIP listening area, reaching as far south as North Chicago, west to Lake Geneva, and to the northern suburbs of Milwaukee. So if you're looking to fill such jobs as service types, truck drivers, general laborers, and warehouse workers, to include any skilled job openings, give me a call, 262-652-6767, 652-6767.
How about like any type of job whatsoever?
Any job?
Why do you limit it to just those few things?
I've been reading this for 6 months, and now you bring this up.
It's the first time he's actually listened to the words coming out of your mouth. Yeah.
Any job openings, I'll have to go back, and thank you for correcting me once again, because every so often I
There's
slip up.
probably somebody that really wanted to advertise on this show, but
It
is
was-
not doing it because you didn't list the type of job. that
Any
you're
jobs.
offering.
Any jobs. Any job that you pay money to for and against or with, whatever. Hey, you know where Uline is, the new one that's out on 142 and the frontage road, the new one? What,
Yeah.
what are they building right across? It's a huge, another building going in there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Hairbow?
No, Hairbo's in Pleasant Prairie.
Oh, this is a huge thing. It's going to be, looks like it's even bigger than Uline is out there. They're
Yeah, I
grading
remember when they announced
They
it. I
got,
can't
all
remember
these-
what it is, though.
It's a factory to make Long Island iced tea mugs.
a long iced tea,
Yeah,
Long
factory.
Island iced tea mug boy.
Mug factory, yes.
Mug factory. Mug factory.
I think it's a spec distribution center. Of
I
some
believe
type,
you
if I
might be
remember
correct.
correctly.
And you know, this comes. There was another big article. We can talk about this when we get back about the airport expansion. And you know, the first article by Mr. Guida kind of alluded that this was going to be aimed at for commercial, which it was back in the '90s when they were going to make this to a commercial hub.
Yeah.
And I was not for it then, and I'm especially not for it now if they make it too commercial, because this goes right over my house. The landing and the takeoff. They come out of the northeast over the lake.
Sure.
And they land and take off that way. And I've got
Perfect
other,
spot to empty the lavatories before they land.
yeah, right on my house. Like there's not enough crap going on there.
Just open the garage door, let it all come in. It'll be fine.
I'll show you boys.
That's right.
I'll take some of that stuff and load it up and shoot it back up at them. They're not fooling with no kid here. But if anybody wants to plan, you know, if they cut it off at like say 10
Yeah.
at night, because when I get to 2 and 3 in the morning, I got better things to do than listen to some big cargo hub
Sure.
coming over my house, because I need my sleep. You see.
Right. Your beauty rest.
Beauty rest.
Right. You should
Well, it's not working out so
No.
far. So, hey, whoever on the weather today?
Lance Hill.
Oh, I was
Lance.
watching these weather people from CNN and MSNBC and Fox, and man, these putting them out in the middle of nowhere. What
Right.
if WIP? What if Carl comes or Mr. Perry comes and says you got to go out in a torrential storm and report on the rainage? You'd do that, wouldn't you?
They're paying me to do a job. Yeah,
Yep,
we'll go do
that's
a
right.
job.
There you go.
Hazard pay.
Okay, you want to go
All right.
stand out in the parking lot and see how sunshiny it is?
Oh, it's going to be rough. I might come back.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll be back in 2 minutes. Hello, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the September 15th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. Excuse me. Coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, spreading the love to over 1.4 million people in the WLIP listening area. that surrounds us here at Camp Happy Face. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of our fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook and talk about Elmo had a great post today about the trolley, or yesterday.
Nice trolley picture.
Nice trolley picture. Boy, that hits home, doesn't it? Talk about your tornado or hurricane. We are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Joining me this morning, my former relationship advisor, who had been operating out of a red panel truck in the boathouse parking lot. Did they tow that away?
Tow it? What the?
Your red panel truck. I haven't seen it.
Got repossessed.
Oh. Yes. No wonder I'm going down the tubes, right? And Kenosha Today Love Doctor and Cabana Boy, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude.
See, what do you need a relationship advisor for? You got the love doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, you should be in business right now.
Yeah, baby.
But obviously, you're not connected enough with your childhood hero,
Right.
the love doctor.
Say, Mr. Wacky Wayne there, what color is the sky in your world?
Well, I'm just saying, you go from a relationship advisor, you say he's, the love doctor.
They haven't helped me out at all.
Maybe we need to go back to the drawing board on these names.
I am.
On these
Yeah, yeah,
monikers.
I went back to Captain Mike and K-Dog, and that's where I'm going. That's the drawing board right there. What could go wrong there?
Oh, yeah. What could go wrong?
He's dating a murderess, and K-Dog's married.
Right.
Of course, the day's not
Two
over.
two things that you'd rather not have anything to do with. A
Yeah.
murderess and a marriage.
Well, I didn't, marriage is what it is.
Well, you've tried it a couple of times. It's like your mayoral candidate.
Just, boy, why don't you promote me a little bit more?
Oh, okay. Build you up instead of bring you down?
I heard you on the break doing these promos.
Yeah.
Boy, that's so now you're going to be my advisor too?
I don't know about all that.
Well, you sounded pretty good on the promo.
Well,
Expanding your horizons.
Well, Pete realized that he was on too much of that stuff. So, every 5 seconds during the week, you're hearing Pete's voice.
Yeah,
so they're like, well, all right, how about you do these? Because, I'm only here for 2 hours Saturday morning. So you don't hear me very often on the AM station except for these promos now.
But this is the best 2 hours of your week.
Highlight of my week, without a doubt.
Your life, buddy.
The end of this show, I need a tissue.
Yeah.
Looks like Spider's delivering. He's got them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get any on your Spider-Man shirt there.
No. My Spider-Man?
And or whatever it is.
He's in another world.
Yeah.
This show is being recorded for training purposes, right?
Litigation, mainly,
Litigation.
yeah. Always litigation.
Yeah, so we can play this tomorrow at noon right here on AM 1050 WIP. I don't know if this is the smartest replay for tomorrow because the Packers are on at noon.
Well,
I think everybody's going to turn off the Packers and listen to us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I totally see him giving up the... What? The Packers are on? Kenosha Today replay is on.
Shirley will be glued to the radio.
Yeah.
The big question is Rodgers going to play?
Yeah, he'll play.
Well,
It was only a sprained knee. They're putting him through his paces this week.
Right.
He'll be fine.
A sprain can mean almost anything, really. So
he's getting $35 million.
he
Just give him
strained a ligament.
give him a little more duct tape and hit him for the, put
They
him on
put him in the
50-yard line.
second half against the Bears. They might as well just keep him going. Yeah.
Well,
But he's going to... You got to wonder if his knee's that bad and he sprained it. Should he really play this game with the possibility of getting it hurt worse?
you can't. You can't take that attitude.
I shouldn't use logic.
No.
Yeah.
Do you ever play football?
Thankfully, no.
Yeah. So you were just like Elmo. You put the jockstrap on the outside of your pants.
I
That's
didn't
why
I didn't go
make
anywhere
it-
near the jock strap. I left it for everybody else. You guys do your
Well,
thing.
who are the Bears playing tomorrow? Anyway.
The Seahawks.
Seattle.
Oh, in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Boy, that'd be shame.
Russell Wilson,
Shame if the
former Badger
Bears
great.
started out 0-2. That's
see
not
what
going to look
happens.
good for their coach.
No.
Also, special thanks to Elmo here. You can find the Kenosha Today Show 365 days a year, 24/7 up on YouTube. We had a little glitch, I think, but was that corrected? Somebody said they couldn't find it on YouTube, or said maybe that was just their problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. And
Kenosha Today radio show. Just
yeah,
type that in and
after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, the top 10 signs Elmo has gone nuts. And I have 10, but I had to pare it down from
Right.
a long list.
Many, many.
And, of course, Captain Mike has already called in with his
Yeah, we knocked that out already. Done with.
We're running ahead of schedule here.
If you weren't listening earlier, you will never be
On
inspired.
time and on
Kenosha.
budget.
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
You shall not
Hey,
be
now that
inspired.
those guys from CBS, the producer of 60 Minutes and Les Moonves is gone,
Yeah.
I think we should strike a deal and take over.
Yeah, see if we
Yep.
can get in there.
Hey,
All right.
we can be perverts just like the rest of them.
That's right. Soon
That
to be
I don't
moving
doubt,
to Kenosha, Pervert's World. Okay, here we go.
And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines. Actually, these phone lines look like they've been cleared for the last 30 minutes. Are you sure you're...
Did I need to do that? Probably not. But we're covering our bases.
I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. You will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And after that, you will hear the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials, and enjoy a beautiful waterfront view. And I tell you what, this last 2 weeks have been gorgeous down there.
Gorgeous out there?
Yeah. And you stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary specials beginning at 7 a.m. until noon. And if you're planning a party or a banquet, you can call Joyce 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at boathousekenosha.com. All right, here's the very sophisticated question. What is the most important thing a city alderman can do to help Kenosha? This could be litigation problems. What is the most important thing a city alderman can do to help Kenosha? A, learn how to shovel snow when it gets over 2 inches. B, join the Army Corps of Engineers as a 3-prong idiot. Or C, accept all the liability personally by moving to Summers. First caller, 262-694-1050. What is the most important thing a city alderman can do to help Kenosha? A, learn how to shovel snow when it gets over 2 inches. B, join the Army Corps of Engineers as a 3-prong idiot. Or C, accept all the liability personally by moving to Summers. Boy, the line's lit up there, huh, big boy?
People know some stuff.
Yeah. All right. Good morning on Kenosha Today. First one.
Oh, good morning.
Who's this?
This is Marie.
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 All right, Marie. All right, I'm going to read this. You're not guessing at this. You actually know the
No, I
answer.
actually do know. This is logical.
You're calling this show?
If you say so.
Therapy has worked for you, sweetheart. What is the most important thing a city alderman can do to help Kenosha? A, learn how to shovel snow when it gets over 2 inches. B, join the Army Corps of Engineers as a 3-prong idiot. Or C, accept all the liability personally by moving to Summers. Marie,
A, definitely.
learn how to shovel snow when it gets over 2 inches.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's a correct answer. Oh, Marie, 'cause
Yes.
you get,
Shoveling? No, anyone can do. So an alderman can also.
well, these guys, they created this when they went from 4 inches to 2 inches. So
Right.
let them get out there. They want to
Snow
micromanage the
emergency.
city. Yeah,
Well,
maybe
they
we should.
They can ride shotgun in some of these snow trucks and get out and help.
Yeah, lead by example.
Right.
That's what we like. So now that you're done with therapy and you're listening to the show, is it working? Do you listen to this all the time?
All the time. I do my housework to you.
Oh, boy.
What kind of housework you doing?
Well, right now I'm vacuuming, and then I turned off the vacuum so I could hear you, and then I'm putting clean sheets on the bed.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know what? That poses an interesting question. How often are you supposed to change sheets?
Weekly is the best.
Weekly?
Weekly.
But sometimes it doesn't get.
Oh, I thought this was one of these fall and spring things.
Oh no!
When I
that's
turn the
under
clock
Barter manner it is.
When I turn the clock back, I always put new sheets on.
No, that's under the bed.
Oh, Jesus.
Fall and spring.
Okay. Well, anyway, Marie, you get to brag because you've been named the smartest person in Kenosha for today.
Oh wow! I've never been that.
Well, welcome to our world.
Thank you.
So we're going to send you out this $25 gift certificate, and are you going to be bringing a guest?
I think so. The boathouse is awesome.
Very
I just
good.
love going there.
Yeah. Are you bringing your husband?
No, I'm going to bring my 92-year-old mom.
Oh, hey, I think I probably went to school with her.
Yes, no, that's Lenny Palmer's oldest listener.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh, all right. That's good. 92. I'm just trying to get to 69.
Yeah, she likes to go to the lighten ups and.
Okay, well. Anyway, Marie, thank you for playing. And when you bring her down there, bring her in about 3 or 4 o'clock, and we'll get her a blast.
Well, you know what? That's good because that's when she's awake.
That's when I start dozing off at 3 in the afternoon. But, any day come down there, any day ending in Y, we're normally there.
Okay, we'll be there.
All right, now, what's your mother's name?
Granny Gert.
Granny Goods?
Granny Gert.
Granny Gert, well. Okay, off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your name, address, phone number. He's going to print really nice because he's wearing this nice shirt. And I don't know what that has to do with anything, but
Does it have a Spider-Man on the front?
I don't know, Spider. No, that's
No,
Spider.
it's quite a nice floral design.
It's a Hawaiian shirt.
It kind of looks like a cross between Jimmy Buffett and Mrs. Jimmy Buffett.
Thank you.
Well, I owed you one.
At least.
All right, so what are you wearing?
Are you asking me?
Oh, yeah.
He's decided to switch gears. What are you wearing, Marie?
Well, my regular house cleaning clothes.
Okay.
Rags on the head, you know.
Oh, you got
So you're not cleaning the house like Madonna, just in your brown underwear. Not so much. All right.
Jeez. Don't.
Just making sure.
All right, can I take this call while you get that?
I guess if you really want to, but if they swear, I'm not going to hear it.
Well, don't worry about it. We'll shout.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, off the air. Don't go away, and I'm going to take this call, and he's going to get your information.
Thank you so much. I love your show.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, off the air. Don't go away, and I'm going to take this call, and he's going to get your information.
All right, you have to
Thank you so much.
turn your. Okay, there we go. Good morning on Kenosha today.
All right, off the air. Don't go away, and I'm going to take.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have a
You
call?
don't have to worry about that one.
Oh, boy, we're doing things on the fly. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers and if he's going to play. Here's an interesting story in Mississippi. The homecoming queen. She was the homecoming queen, and she's also kicks field goals for her football team.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets crowned at halftime, and then goes back, suits up, and kicks the game-winning extra point during overtime. And now she's going to the dance, but she's got to leave the dance early because she's got to take her ACT test the next day. That's a pretty remarkable
Pretty
young girl.
accomplished young
My
lady.
God,
So,
homecoming queen, kicked the winning point in overtime, and then go to take your ACT. You know, I took my ACTs. Of course, I wasn't very well prepared. Well, nowadays you can take they have a kind of a pre-planning thing, right? Before you take your ACT.
well, there are practice tests and things
Practice
like that.
test, yeah. And they didn't have that in my day, so as I recall, I didn't do all that well. And I really wasn't named homecoming queen either, so. Oh, okay. I should have been, yeah, thank you.
You definitely should have been the homecoming queen, I'm sure. Get your red dress out.
Queen Barter.
Can you? Yeah, Queen Barter. I can't believe, I saw some old clips sometime back when we did that thing with the red dress and the blonde wig. I can't believe that and I didn't have any drinking either.
Which one, the pole dancing episode
Yeah,
or
that was-
or the dating game episode? That was
Oh, it's either one. You can throw them. We were talking about,
You and Jay in a dating game.
the dating game.
I got that clip.
that was the time, it had to be about 6 years ago when
Yeah, it was a
Jay
long time ago.
Jay and Elmo here were we were playing the dating game.
Yeah.
And you guys were all decked out.
You were the
and
eligible bachelors.
We had some young, very nice young little girl, and I says, no, we can't subject her to these two characters. So out comes Rita Statutory in the red thing. And
I remember the one question she asked Jay, what farm animal do you take after? He goes, a pig, because I am one.
well, that's our boy Jay.
Not his real name.
No.
Yes.
We're talking about this Hurricane Florence, and I was watching CNN, and they had this a situation room, and what it was a boardroom at Waffle House, and their main.
Waffle.
I'm serious.
They're big down south.
And this is how FEMA and the National Weather Bureau figures out if the storm is going to be, going to continue, going to stop, and they call Waffle House right here, and they got teams up and down the coast in the evacuation markets. And if the Waffle House is half full, they know the storm is kind of petering out.
Yeah.
If the Waffle House is closed, they think that the
Gonna
storm
be a disaster.
is going to be a disaster.
Right.
But, they spend all of these billions of dollars they have a U.S. module, and then they have the European module, and these guys sit there and, like Al Roker, and pretend he knows what he's talking about.
Sure.
And, the European module, and I don't understand what the difference is. I mean, it's going to be raining, and
I have a question.
sure.
Are trolleys hurricane proof?
Well,
Streetcars are, trolleys are.
I always said I thought they could float. So if we have a water surge, and one's on the
Right,
on the
right,
tracks,
they'll float, yeah.
I think
Get
they'll
those
float.
big steel wheels on them.
I think they'll float, and then we'll have to put a fence around the trolley tracks too.
Right. Just to make sure.
Of course, after seeing some of those things going around with nobody on them, it looks like we don't have to worry about putting a fence around the trolley tracks.
No, not so much.
Anyway, I just thought I'd bring out the Waffle House. The index is the brainchild of a former FEMA administrator, Greg Fugit. He was unavailable for comment. Yeah, you're a former FEMA administrator, and you're
probably
relying
for
on
a
Waffle
reason.
House to determine yay or nay on the if there's going to be a disaster. Elmo, you want to read something from Pete's there?
Sure.
Jeez.
I don't know
Hypothetically,
that.
right?
I don't know that I'd be surprised.
Well, there's guys that work third shift, so it's like,
I don't know. We have okay. But my next
Yep.
one, going back to the dog races. What'd you say?
Yep.
There's races.
dachshund races.
Is that for anybody's dachshund, or were we importing these things in here?
Yeah, there's a couple people that are bringing theirs in.
Oh,
so.
were they going to do that out in the park, or
No, in the beer garden.
really?
Yep.
Hey, we should get Stelovich. Here comes Barney, and have these things running around. Okay. I'm going to go back and do this one more time. If you're a business owner and you're
Okay.
looking for any type of employee, take advantage of our very low advertising rates. Give me a call, 262-652-6767, for any job opening. Could be
Anything.
A radio engineer, a radio announcer,
Ditch
a promo,
digger.
a ditch ditch digger, trolley driver. Well, Elmo. Oh, did we play everything we were supposed to?
Yeah, we just.
I guess, yeah.
You were on top of your game
We
today.
only have
sir.
City in Jeopardy in this segment.
I know.
That's it.
Well, we could move Stump the Chumps up if somebody wants to play in the last 7 minutes of this segment. Should I build up the act a little better?
Well, no, by the time you're done building up the act, then we play the little sounder. That we're going to have time for half a phone call.
Good, then we don't have to pay out.
You weren't worried about that anyways.
Well, actually, if Stump...
Here, I could do it. I have an internal stump the Trumps.
Okay.
I'll come up with the questions. So
Okay,
you don't have
go
to
ahead.
take calls.
We can take... Our listeners can call up if
Yep.
they want to. Okay.
Okay. This afternoon, the Badgers are playing Brigham Young University. What Super Bowl winning Packers quarterback went to Brigham Young?
It was McMahon.
Correct. We got
And he only played with the Packers, I think, the 1 year.
1 year,
after
right.
he left the Bears.
Yep.
And, see, I'm just not some good-looking schmutz here.
No.
Looking to... I had a little problem. I was going to be converting to Judaism, isn't it?
Right.
Judaism, because last Monday was...
Yom Kippur.
It was actually... I got a little mixed up when I called it Ramchada.
Okay.
All right.
And so I go to the...
He was trying to figure out how he's going to get a Yamaha on his head.
Yeah,
too,
Yamaha.
So we don't,
Okay.
One of
we
those
don't
little
know if
black
it was a
beanies.
motorcycle or a piano. So
All right. All right.
I was a little confused. Now, a Long Island might have played a part in that,
Just one.
Just- well-
Just one. The last one.
and so I'm not being welcomed into the Jewish faith right away.
No.
No, I gotta.
They're not going to embrace you.
I have to earn my Yamaha cap. or
Yarmulke?
whatever. Yarmulke, right? Yeah.
Right.
So you got another question you want to hit me with there, big boy?
no, that was it.
See?
I don't.
Thought he had me.
I don't have any answers either. So it's
262-694-1050. Our special guest is going to be here in a couple minutes. And if anybody wants to try and stump the chumps, we'll play legitimately. And if you happen to be successful, you will then have the privilege and high honor of joining us as a guest on an upcoming show. How do I promote that deal? Pretty good?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, you're okay.
I mean, a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence, sophistication, and prove to the rest of the Kenosha Today Nation that we are barely smarter than a fifth grader. So 262-694-1050. We got exactly about 5 minutes. Now you want to hit me with your best shot just to kill some time?
Let's get down to it. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
All right. Sometimes it's a favorite segment on the show, and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss.
Well, you've already proved that your absolute brilliance here. You've already answered one
I
question
know.
correctly.
Geez, maybe I should run for mayor again, huh?
Things to think about. Be a write-in candidate, see how much the people really love you.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Since you failed twice, the third time.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Right, third time's the charm, though.
Now,
That would be my motto.
speaking of local officials, we were discussing that K-Dog should apply for the job of the director of Downtown Kenosha, Inc.
Oh, he's got it all. Besides,
He said his entire budget will be spent on taking the business owners out for cocktails.
well, you can't beat that. You got to mix and mingle. Maybe that's
Right.
been
That's
the
right.
problem
You gotta-
of the last three directors. They didn't
Yep.
know how to mix and mingle. And if anybody knows how to mix and mingle, it's our boy, the K-Dog.
Right.
And the other thing is...
He also wanted to have a trolley stop put in front of his house.
yeah. I
don't know how that would help, but okay.
Besides, you know what?
Well, he doesn't. Well, after all those cocktails, he doesn't want to have to drive.
Right, doesn't
so-
want to have to worry about driving.
Yep.
That's responsible thinking in that regard,
Yep.
yeah.
Speaking of shout-outs, I have to give a shout-out
Okay.
to all the bimbo drivers, the
That's
bimbo
right,
bread
the
drivers.
bimbo drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all out there, and boy, our city and state, county, in this country wouldn't be anywhere without the bimbo drivers delivering the carbs out there to the rest of the population.
Okay.
Bimbo shout-outs. See?
Wayne is trying. What's a bimbo driver?
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Bimbo
No, it's
is
the name of a company.
Yeah,
Bimbo.
sure.
Bimbo is the largest baking company in the world.
Okay.
They make
DIMBO.
BO.
And
Right.
one of our good friends
supposed to get
works for them,
Okay.
and we were sitting at a conference one afternoon.
Sure.
And he has a shirt on with
Yeah, it says Bimbo.
Bimbo on it.
Right.
And this gal says, "What's that?" I goes, "That's his ex-wife's bowling shirt."
Right.
Well, he got a laugh over it. What my other question was, speaking of Celovich, Tradio hasn't been on in
Quite a few.
6 years.
Yeah, quite
He
some
still
time.
gets mail in a mailbox.
Yeah.
And all I get is text
Well,
messages that
usually
say,
it's hate
jump
mail,
off
so-
into the lake and,
Yeah,
right.
go down to Hurricane Florence and take your time.
Right.
You feel the love? All right, so I gave a shout out to the Bimbo boys,
Yep.
and he's a real good fisherman
and bowler.
and bowler. Yeah,
He's got like 38 300 games.
Oh, wow.
I mean that's
And a fisherman. Yeah,
Big
And a
few
fisherman.
eight. He bowled last year. He had an 864 series. So
that's putting them down.
Yeah.
Captain Mike had kind of an impromptu barbecue. Well, Elmo called me. It was about 1. Says, "Hey, we're cooking some brats."
Sure.
So I get over there, and of course the food was gone, and
Right.
his shoes were gone.
Right.
Captain Mike was gone. So,
All
we
right.
stayed and had a few beverages. And,
Right. Kick back, relax, hang out.
Yeah.
Good.
Then Bimbo took off and went bowling.
Well, you got to keep up that 300 average somehow.
that's right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, when we get back, our special guests will be here. I
Yeah,
think.
we'll have a special guest.
And nobody has gotten
We got the top
the secret
10.
word.
No secret word.
And we got, the top 10 is the top 10 signs Elmo's gone nuts.
Right?
Was the September 15th pick-to-click edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP on your radio dial. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. We're taking serious journalism to an all-time high. We span the globe, reporting on national stories, state stories, local issues, and on occasion we might stretch things a little bit and make something up. Joining us this morning, soon to be named the recipient of this year's Corbell Peace Prize, he's my former personal relationship advisor, Elmo Schneider, is here.
Good morning, everyone.
You've been replaced by Captain Mike and K-Dog. So my life...
So there. See, doesn't it make you feel better? You had to be replaced by two guys.
Two guys, right?
Yeah.
Takes two men to do the job. I did.
Guy and a half.
So, am I going to be? Can I be looking forward with these two guys? They can be looking forward. I can be looking forward to something, right?
Yeah, definitely something.
Yeah, something. Hey, unfortunately, Elmo just informed me that our special guest, I want you to elaborate on it, couldn't make it this morning, and that would have been
Angie Cook from Pete's to talk about Oktoberfest next week, but she may be calling in, so she just got my text message. So,
how much did we have to pay her? So we're gonna she's gonna be docked severely,
right?
And yeah, Pete's has got the big Oktoberfest coming next week. With it starts actually on Friday, right?
No.
Oh, just Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday. The official kickoff is at 3 in the afternoon, although they're going to start with food at noon.
And
food by the wonderful MGV Harmonia German Male Chorus.
Are you going to be cooking?
I am cooking from 3 till 6. I'm manning the grill.
You going to be washing your hands?
Yes.
Hey, those girls, there's going to be a naming of a
Miss Oktoberfest.
First runner-up, second runner-up. And Miss Congeniality, I'm wondering if we were judges, is there a strip search involved in this thing?
I have no idea how that's going to work.
Not them, me.
Oh, you want to be strip searched.
Oh, my God, yeah. There's got to be something in it.
Highlight of the day.
It's all about me, Elmo. Come on. But we can, if we're named judges, but they probably haven't announced it yet, then we do have a price and we can be bought. Also with us, as he is each and every Saturday morning.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, God. I think this is Howdy Doody.
Well, no, he doesn't have a mic, so he's being loud.
And his game is probably over, and his bills are paid. So
right. Now he's on top of the game.
Got one wrong.
Spider Ronnie, the Love Doctor, is here. Is that what your wife calls you, the Love Doctor?
No, can't say that.
Oh. And performing as both our engineer and board operator, a role model in his own right. Wacky Wayne graces us with his presence. I ask you every Saturday, any reason why the Lord should be weeping this morning?
That I won't get to be here next week.
Mm-hmm.
You're not?
No.
Where are you going to be?
Going on vacation. Going to be out of town.
Black River Falls?
Something like that.
You're not taking the missus with you,
yeah.
are you?
Going out of town with
What are
the
you doing
fam.
that for, geez?
Right? It's a responsible thing to do.
Got to do that once in a while.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. So is Selovich going to be here?
Yeah, I think so.
JumboJimTron.com.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, I figured, it wouldn't be a bad idea to warn you, warn him. Hopefully he's been warned.
Well, he's been warned all right.
Yeah.
Are you going to call us just because you miss us? Or?
No. Cell reception is bad up there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, we went through this one time, I think,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally going to call.
Yeah.
Totally going to call.
So when are you leaving?
I'm going to leave on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
And this is how long a drive?
4 hours.
Do you let your wife drive?
Sometimes.
Oh, I would.
That way I can fall asleep. Take a nap.
Yep.
Yeah. And you end up in Door County.
No, she knows. She's been going up there for years. She knows the way.
All right.
Good enough to drive?
Yeah.
Hit that gas pedal?
Status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services, has not been mentioned yet. So 262-694-1050. And if you happen to say the secret word, we're going to send you a Boathouse $20 gift card. And coming up this half hour, we did that already. Captain Mike, we got him out of
We got
there.
out of the way. Mike had things to do today. He's like, I'm calling in early.
He doesn't
and I'm
have
out.
anything to do today. He probably
He's washing his underwear.
Well, that's an all-day project.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he had to get it out of the way early.
He's lubricating his contraption.
Oh, my God.
You can't say that on the air. I mean, come on. Elmo, there's certain lines we can't cross.
No, it's a three-wheeled bicycle. Come on.
Well, sure. It's too late to be believable now.
He's got the flag on there. He's got the American flag, and of course, surrender the booty.
Surrender
right
the
underneath.
booty.
Right, of course.
You know what? We want to get rid of all the people coming. I should make him patrol down by the border in Mexico. He's to surrender the booty.
He'd get drunk with him.
All right, you ready for this?
Probably not, but we'll do it anyways.
Written in our home office on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Arena, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. The top 10 signs Elmo has gone nuts. Number 10 now goes by the nickname Captain K-Dog. Number 9 is paying his bar tab with barter coin. Number 8, pretty sure he will be named Miss Congeniality at Pete's Union Park Tavern's Oktoberfest. Number 7, celebrated the Jewish New Year Ramchata by wearing a black fancy yarmulke to the Temple of Doom. Number 6, was caught stalking a woman in the all-male German chorus. Number 5, walks around 6th Avenue wearing open-toed slippers and Captain Mike's red bathrobe. Number 4, accused you're kind of petering out there, boy. accused the Russians of hacking into his computer. And number 3, I like this one, claims Carthage College has a fraternity named after him. Number 2, has heavily invested in North Korean war bonds. And the number 1 sign that Elmo has gone completely nuts, insists he will be the Packers starting quarterback against the Vikings.
I have the number 1 sign
That you've
to
gone
prove
nuts.
that I've gone nuts.
That you're here.
I show up here every week.
That's off the deep end. That's off the deep end. We'll have to get you a life preserver.
Yep.
Well,
Just remember to return it to the kiosk when you're done.
Yep.
I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something. When they put this kiosk in there, is it going to be locked?
It almost have to
No,
be.
it's open, but there will be an alarm system on there that will alert the police department and whoever else if it's opened.
Oh, it's just like.
So they will figure that there's emergency going on.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah. Remember
opens
the
it.
old days when they used to have the
Somebody
call
walks by
boxes,
and just opens
where they had
the
the
door.
call
Yep.
boxes and you have to break the glass and
Yep,
the fire
right,
department.
right.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. They're going to be opening it
Oh,
up just
all
to
the
prank
time.
the
That's right.
cops to come down there. Boy,
Camera set up.
Apparently they have that system in another city someplace around here.
well, I just can't imagine that working. And even, geez, it's going to be a lot of money. I mean, I'm all for trying to save lives, but they better come up with a better system than that, than the kiosk. If anybody wants to call in, 262-694-1050. And again, the mayor is promoting the thought of, well, he's the one who wants to just fence off the North Pier, but I don't think that's going to help anything, because you can still get to the North Pier by going through the
Jumping the fence.
boardwalk.
Well, you can jump off closer than that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be out on the pier.
On the south side.
You can just go through the yacht club parking lot and
Sure.
jump in.
Or just jump the fence.
Yep.
Yeah, go on the south side by the county.
You were saying, Elmo, that you saw somebody swim across it. I think I had somebody else. It's
Well,
about
I
100
didn't
yards.
see it. I heard.
I heard about
I heard
it.
it afterwards when he said he got the ticket.
Oh, but the current's down, like say where the yacht club is, anywhere near what they are at the mouth. of
Well,
it.
if you're in the anywhere from where 6th Avenue goes through straight out to the the small boat harbor, they're not that bad, but it's
No.
because you have Pike Creek releasing. You can't always see the pipe down there when the water is high.
Some of the comments were saying, well, everybody should learn how to swim.
That ain't gonna do
Well, you know
No,
what?
it
Even if
still
this
doesn't-
person would have known how to swim, that current was so bad.
It's so bad. It's
And even the professional divers were having a hard time.
Right.
And they got all the equipment and the masks and the goggles. And
Right.
So I don't know what the answer is other than
Stay up.
don't jump.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think that's January. They're trying to get a lease with the Corps of Engineer, and House Speaker Paul Ryan said that needing $2 million in liability insurance with a 50-member nonprofit couldn't afford it. I'm sure Paul Ryan's all over trying to help out his constituents now. He's on the last couple months of. Is he going to just cut out, or is he going to stay till November? Have you heard?
well till January.
Oh, till January. Okay. He's probably got some vacation time coming. What do you think?
He'll have time off for deer hunting though. That's
Oh, absolutely. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today?
No.
No.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. It's Irish Ruth. I have a fast question. Are you broadcasting from the Oktoberfest
No.
next weekend?
No.
no.
No. Okay,
Wacky,
that's it.
we were going
Thank
to,
you.
but Wacky Wayne's going to be out of town, so
Oh, shucks.
we put his family first and his needs
Okay.
of being with the missus, and so we will not be. We will be here Saturday, but not.
We'll be in
from-
the
I don't
studio.
believe you.
We'll be in the studio.
Yeah, we'll be in the studio.
All right, I don't believe you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's okay.
I think we're making stuff
fine.
up here.
It doesn't matter. You see how quick that was?
Yeah.
We're going to get a call from John Perry saying, never. You beat your old record.
15
In and out in
seconds.
like 15 seconds with Irish Ruth. That never happens.
Now you probably should call back again.
No.
Oh.
It's somebody completely different.
How about it? Good morning. You're on Kenosha today. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
This is Chief Wilkinson with Summers Fire Department.
Chief.
How are you this morning?
Very good. Am I in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I was listening to your show. I was just returning from a call.
Okay.
Just wanted a couple of things. There's one thing when you say the swimming lessons, one of the things they teach is something called drown proofing,
Oh, okay.
and it helps them to float on the surface. And if you'd like more information of that, or any of you, the Kenosha County Fire and Rescue Departments, as well as the Sheriff's Department, we're having our safety fair today up at the Sam's Club in Summers. And the dive team's actually here, and they have a little brochure on that and a lot of other things. So stop on up.
Well, that's, how come we never saw that advertised, or was it and we just missed it?
I know I gave it to Peter. So
it's on there, but you gave it to Peter on Thursday, so it's only had a day and a half.
Peter. I don't blame him at all.
Well, we do.
He gave it to me Thursday night and said, "Hey, can you get this in there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay. We'll put it in on. We'll put it in right before I leave at 6." So yeah,
let me
he's
ask
gotten
you,
a little bit of
as long as I got you.
For that.
Yeah.
We're here until 2:00 this afternoon. They just missed a great demo on how fire acts. We actually, set a room on fire, and right now the County Fire Investigation Task Force is investigating that fire of how it started. We're going to have an extrication demo. We have a diver in the water. So a lot of great things, some kids games. We have the smokehouse here, the Sheriff's Department Tactical Unit, Bomb Squad, and their command post all here. So stop on out.
Hey, I got a question as long as you called in.
Yeah.
How is Foxconn going to affect the Summers Fire Department? I mean, with more people going to eventually moving into your area, and especially in the city of Kenosha, do you foresee where you might have to expand at some point in time?
Oh, definitely. You're going to see a lot of growth. The village board and village planners are working on that. You're going to see a lot of growth. You have to realize that Foxconn is basically across the street from the village of Summers.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're going to see a lot of extra growth. I think you're going to see some business and industry. You're going to see housing. We don't have. Talk to any employer around here right now. You know how low the unemployment rate is.
Yeah, right.
So there'll be, if they're going to operate the number of people, there's going to be people moving into the area. And, Summers has most of the land left, and that's east of the I, and even along the I, there's some in Pleasant Prairie left to develop, and a little bit in Bristol, and some that'll be in Kenosha. It's presently in Paris, and some that's in Summers, and some that's in Paris that'll move into Summers when it develops along the I. It's going to have a huge effect.
There could come a time when
everything's going to have to grow with it, and hopefully the income comes with it.
There could come a time when Highway E has to be expanded to accommodate all this.
Still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm thinking there could come a time.
I'm trying to get parked back at our safety fair, and it quiets you down while I'm
Okay, I'll let you go in a little bit, but
hands-free is great, but
there could come a time. There could come a time when Highway E would have to be expanded to 4 lanes eventually, and for those that go ahead.
A little bit on the roads. Right now they're working on I-94, of course. As soon as that's done, they'll be working on Highway KR and Highway S.
Yeah.
Highway KR is going to be 6 lanes from I-94 to Highway H, and from Highway H to Green Bay Road, it'll be 4 lanes. And Highway S will be 4 lanes all the way from I-94 all the way well into the city of Kenosha.
You probably might have to end up having your own police department like Pleasant Prairie does, huh?
Well, probably not. We contract with the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department for law enforcement. And the advantage of that, besides a little cost savings, because you don't need a chief of police and everything, is also the fact that it gives you countywide coordination and
that's good.
More assets. And so it kind of works nice. There's an advantage to it, and some can find other disadvantages, but they're really good to work with. But you may see these us needing to pay more for that to add additional squad cars on the road.
Yeah.
And with additional squad cars, there'll be more employees for the sheriff's department, but the village would have to pay for it.
For those people that have been longtime residents of Summers, the little sleepy town of Summers is probably long gone at this point, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, but hey, give us the times that your event's going on and where people can come out and see you.
We started at 10 o'clock this morning, and we're running until 2 o'clock this afternoon.
And you're at where? At where?
At
Sam's Club in Summers.
In Summers by Highway S and 31.
Very good. Hey, Chief, thanks for calling.
Hey, thank you. Great show this morning.
Thank you.
Take care.
So yeah,
One of the very few officials that call me and I'm not in trouble.
right. Dodging bullets.
I didn't have to have my attorney, and I didn't have to.
right.
You know, Jesus. I mean, that's interesting to know because Summers is those long sleepy town that's long gone.
Right.
And I was just reading an article this week about developers coming in to put houses in someplace.
Sure.
You know, and why more haven't come forward, and they don't want to pay the impact fees.
Right.
In the state of Wisconsin, you can have impact fees, and I'm thinking, let's say you put up a 200 house subdivision,
Right.
and you don't charge an impact fee, then there's not enough tax base on a housing development, right, Elmo, to help support more police and fire and things
Right.
like that. Schools.
Schools, that's what the impact fees mostly go to.
So anyway, anybody wants to call in 262-694-1050. I'm glad he called.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good.
Something different.
Yeah, we went from Irish Truth to that.
Yeah.
You know how to pick them, don't you?
Easy peasy.
Of course, today is I better read this ad
Yep.
from the Boathouse.
Yep.
Who are they playing?
Brigham Young.
Oh, that's where you got then. You know that.
Nothing gets by you, Scotty.
I did.
Hello.
Of course, the Cubs are going to. Well, they keep winning, and the Brewers won last night, so they're getting to the last 2 weeks, and all these games are
Gonna be fun.
within their division.
Yeah.
And, the Cubs look like a bunch of putzes at times. They got this Carl Edwards that come in, and he can't even hit the backstop on one bounce, let alone do anything else. And, it all gets hot. Who gets hot? I think the Cubs have another 3 games, at least 3, maybe 4, with the Cardinals. And I thought all along they were the ones that were going to make the stretch run.
They're 5.5 out.
And they're 5.5 out, but it'll be
Yeah.
the Brewers and go down to the last game of the season.
Yeah, looks like it.
Can't get any better than that.
Exciting.
I think the Brewers got a couple more days off, too, than the Cubs do.
That's right. I don't think the Cubs have any.
Yeah.
And you notice the Cubs Thursday had to go back to Washington on their day off and make
Make
that
up
game.
game. Yeah.
Yesterday's game was scheduled to start at 1:20, and they moved it to 7:20.
Right.
But if you recall, a year ago when the Cubs did that to the Brewers
Brewers
from a
came back
rainout
and
game
kicked
in
their
May,
butts.
yeah, and the Brewers had to come back to Wrigley on their day off,
Right.
and I think the
went
Brewers
like-
beat them by 11-2
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
something like that. Yeah.
Well, it all comes down to this left-handed guy from the Brewers, this with the long hair, Hader.
Yep.
Man, he's coming in and he's striking out 6 or
Everybody-
7 guys in a row, and he's throwing the ball 98 to 99 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And
Josh Hader.
Josh Hader.
Oh, what did he do? He pitched in 3 games, 1 inning per each game. He struck out everybody.
Yeah. I mean, when you're throwing the ball that hard,
Yeah.
why do something stupid like the Cubs pitchers and throw an 84-mile-an-hour slider in that then ends up in the bleachers?
Yeah. Well,
See, I know lots of sports, too.
I see that. Very good armchair couch there.
Armchair couch.
Yeah.
You made it silly. You made it silly. I don't know if I'm going to get down and get the Kenosha Trolley Day features. It's
Oh,
actually
come
called.
on. You want to ride the trolley today
Take
for a
a pad and
buck.
paper and take some notes.
Right?
Oh, what am I going to take notes about?
Take some pictures.
Well, this guy here is taking pictures. What do I know? Celebrates the 70th year. Streetcar Day also celebrates the 70th year of operation. 2185, which is that's the streetcar number that was built in 1948 from Philadelphia. My favorite streetcars. They got the 5.
Desire.
No, they originally bought 3 from Toronto, with a grant of $330,000. They get them here, paint them, and guess what didn't work? The wheels were the wrong gauge of the
Right,
tracks that were
right.
already put in. That cost us $225,000. So do over Kenosha.
Kenosha.
That's what we're noted for. And
Right the 3rd time.
I don't know what's going on down at the 6th Avenue. They've repaved some of the stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I haven't noticed, but
Well, it's like everywhere. Everything's torn up all over the place.
downtown again.
Yeah, well, you can't.
I don't. Stand
Well, by the Stella, they're redoing the parking lots there, so that's a mess. And then just the overflow from the Stella, and they're replacing. I think where they had water main issues last winter, they're replacing the pavement there. So it's just even down in the Harborview area and every place downtown has got
city council
construction. So. Which is not all bad, but it's just tough to get around.
the
71st Avenue.
city council awarded 2 reserve liquor licenses. One to the Stella, which is the old Heritage House.
Sure.
And the other one to Tinseltown.
Okay.
And apparently under the rules, we do have a quota system. I didn't think we did, but we apparently do, of liquor licenses in Kenosha. So now these two are in a reserve. So what's the odds? And the Stella wants to open up in the spring. They're advertising already.
Mm-hmm.
What's the odds of somebody surrendering a liquor license so that one of those two could have it? If they don't, they'd have to pay $10,000 to get one of these. Of course, if you're the Stella and it's a $26 million venue, you're going to have a liquor license. So what's 10 grand?
Right.
Next to that, but so you have to wait. I don't know why these guys just don't, aldermen just don't eliminate the quota system. What's the difference? I mean, you can have as many hamburger places and flapjacks and whatever else you need. And it seems like liquor license is the only thing you can have as many.
They don't want too many drunk, happy people.
Well, I
That's
think
all there is to it.
they're going to get it someplace. What difference does it make?
Right.
You know, that's just...
It goes to strengthen the argument. Might as well legalize marijuana. You're going to get it someplace. You might as well
Right.
tax it and clean it up.
Make some money on it.
I said to a good friend of mine one time, I says, what do you think about legalizing? He goes, mean it's not?
Right.
I don't want to say his name, get him in trouble.
Right.
Anyway, I was a little disappointed. Not surprised, but disappointed that only Shirley joined the 7 school board members and 10 administrators and the superintendent and voted on a $257 million operating budget this last week. You know, you're right, Almo. This must have been posted by law. They have to post it someplace, but it was probably in the Kenosha News in the corrections column.
Well, it goes in probably by the legal notices they put.
Yeah.
Put a
Well,
thing
there's
back
like
there.
7 pages to the Kenosha News. I mean, how did anybody miss it?
I know it.
Well, you got to use it a little above 6-point type.
I guess.
And so anyway, you know what? Again, I think that this school board and the last number of school boards have been all working together, and there doesn't seem to be any infighting and eagle people or people with egos, and you know, like a couple of these aldermen doing with this goofy kiosk, and you know, I'm going to address that in the doofus section
of
up
course.
after 11:30.
Yeah.
You got a zinger for 11:30?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Nobody wanted to play Stump the Chumps, so unless somebody wants to play Stump the Chumps, we can certainly take that. And let's see. Okay. I got a message, but it wasn't hateful.
Well, that's good. That's
90 minutes on the air, and I'm
right.
moving
You're
right
doing
along.
okay.
Here, right. All right, we'll be back in 1 minute or 2 minutes. Down the home stretch on the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. If you just joined us, this is the September 15th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, broadcasting live to over 1.4 million people residing in the WIP listening area. We are being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, Elmo Schneider
Good morning.
is here. I'm going to probably have to, since you're no longer my relationship advisor, I'm going to have to bring in, Sweetest Day is coming up. That'd be a perfect time.
It is.
That's next month, yeah.
Oh, no, well, it's coming
October.
up. I have to bring in my K-Dog, my real relationship advisor.
Your new relationship advisor, yes.
Yeah, see what he can bring to the table.
Penguins.
Quitter.
Probably penguins.
Miller Lite
And penguins, yeah.
brings to that table. Miller Lite and Corbell.
From the galaxy called Spider Dome, the Love Doctor, Cabana Boy, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, and along with our engineer board operator, Wacky Wayne. We are here each and every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. until noon. And we're not going to get preempted anymore, right? Except you're not going to be here next week.
I have no idea. You never know when.
You just said you weren't going to be here.
Well, I'm not going to be here next week, no.
Oh.
And then I never know if you're going to get preempted by another football game. I make no promises.
Well, are you the new programming director too? Or?
No, definitely
Oh.
not. Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean,
Yeah, there's only so much I can control.
you know what? I'd live for a day for John Perry to come in and do your job with us for 2 hours.
Yeah?
We'll put him to the test and see if he'll probably last 10 minutes. And he's also I get a second shout out to all our bimbo drivers out there working hard on a Saturday morning,
Are they working hard on a Saturday morning?
bringing the carbs and all that fat and stuff to all those wonderful people and throughout the listening area. They go
Yeah.
up to Racine and Milwaukee, and they have some really good bread too.
Do they?
Yeah, some rye.
Well,
Okay.
they handle about 50 different brands.
Yeah.
Any of the national brands.
It's
That's
sourdough rye.
Sourdough. Yeah. Also, if you happen to miss our show today, it probably wasn't. You didn't miss much.
Just wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be.
Well, the
'Cause
fire chief said it was a great show.
Yeah,
We're competing with the Packers game tomorrow. You didn't miss.
What could go wrong there?
You're totally not tuning in tomorrow.
Yeah, like I said, he's one of the very few officials that ever called, and I didn't need a lawyer to sit here with me. And, well, anyway, we're going to go up against the Packer game tomorrow, so maybe they'll get rained out, right?
You never know.
If Rodgers don't play, a lot of people last Sunday when the game got to halftime against the Bears, they turned it off. They said they were done.
They turned it off. A lot of people left the I talked to some friends who they went up to the game, and the place cleared out like halftime.
Sure.
And half the people left.
if Rodgers doesn't play tomorrow,
their
Packers are down 21-0 by the first quarter, hey, that'll only be about, you can catch the second half of this show.
Right, for sure.
I mean, why sit and listen to two losers? Two losing shows right in a row there. Anyway, don't forget to join the Kenosha Today Nation. Like us on Facebook. The status of the Secret Word Challenge to win a $20 Wodehouse gift card from Barnder's Financial Planning Services is still yet to be named. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's special editorial segment, High Five Singers and Doofuses.
What?
The harp, man, the harp.
Well, yeah, but she didn't say, as the trolley turns.
The trolley turns.
Oh, okay. As the trolley turns.
There you go. Yeah. You've built it up a certain way, and now don't go and try and change it.
Sorry.
You got to make up your mind.
Like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. Making up my mind has become a problem.
Those senior moments are more frequent.
More frequent, I got it.
Trust me.
And with as many notes as he has over there, he should be able to, it's just a matter of what order they're all in, I guess.
I even color-coded, too.
I don't doubt that for a second.
You ready for this week's High Five?
As ready as you are.
Goes to Angie Cook and Ben DeSchmidt for investing their time and money to purchase Pete's Place, located at 4528th Avenue here in Kenosha, and then recently renaming it Pete's Union Park Tavern. Also, Pete's Union Park Tavern has been nominated in 8 various categories for Best of Kenosha County, sponsored by the Kenosha News. Ben and Angie have taken a simple, small restaurant concept by featuring something different every day and adding all the specialty beers and combining live music during the week and on the weekends has proved to be a huge success. So to Ben and Angie, we salute you and wish you much continued success. And this week's Zinger goes to...
This week's Zinger goes to Columbia Gas of Massachusetts, whose apparent negligence of the gas lines in the Boston suburbs has caused 80 houses to explode and catch on fire out there. The Massachusetts governor has declared a state of emergency.
Boom.
Everybody's getting evacuated out there, like 8,600 people. This one poor kid got killed. He just got his driver's license that day, and he's driving down the road, and the chimney got blown off the house and crushed his car and killed him.
Jeez, that's stupid.
Anyway, it's a real mess out there. I ran into a friend of mine's mother, and the girl lives out there, and she said it's just insane. It's like Armageddon going on in that neighborhood. It's just nuts. So,
what would happen hypothetically if the trolley barn kind of went splitsky this afternoon?
I don't know.
Well, I don't think Trolley Day would have a very big success rate. I don't think. Yeah.
But anyway, they're starting to let people back in, but the gas is shut off to everybody out there, and they have no idea when they're going to get it back. And winter ain't that far away, so we'll see what happens.
I smell lawsuit coming.
Besides
one or
they
two.
Said they had cast iron gas pipes out there, which instead of galvanized like they are now, they tend to rust. And they had some kind of episode where it was like a surge in gas pressure, and it blew all the meters and everything. So
litigation not too far behind.
Nope.
This week's Doofus Award goes to Kenosha's Alderman David Bogdala for what, in my opinion, was merely grandstanding with his statements concerning the placing of flotation risks in a kiosk on the harbor's North Pier. To that we say, poppycock. Yeah, we all agree that something absolutely needs to be done to prevent the tragic drownings that have occurred every year for as long as I can remember, including 4 just this year alone. However, putting this entire city at risk for a liability claim, all because a couple of individuals can't read the signs or ignore them completely, certainly isn't the answer. Even if the pier is fenced off, people are going to find a way to get there. And why penalize the fishermen, the tourists, and all the locals who simply want to take a walk and enjoy one of the greatest views in all of Kenosha? Therefore, it is my suggestion to the alderman of the 17th District to go back to doing what he was elected to do. Be a legislator and not try to micromanage the city. Besides, with winter coming up, he's going to undoubtedly be way too busy with 2-inch snowfalls. Or, hey, maybe he should put a fence and a kiosk in his own district. And that certainly ought to prevent all the snow from falling. Now, see, that's problem solving. And there you have it, folks, as the trolley turns for this Saturday, September 15th, 2018. I'm Scotty Barton, and I approve this message. Okay, I better read this because I missed it last week. KRS.
Well, the crowd, it's cabbage. Oh, that's it.
Well,
clean you out. I got to stay regular.
I got a tender tummy.
You got to try the bean and stick too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. Bee sting cake. It's
What's bee sting?
Bee sting cake. It's got honey and almonds on it. It's fantastic.
It's probably about 800 calories a slice.
It's
1,200.
Of course, this is
custard. Oh man, it's
yeah,
wonderful.
when you go to one of these, this is not one of your. If you're going there, this is not a Weight Watchers.
No, this is a cheat day. You go there as a cheat day.
Yeah. So.
A cheap date?
Cheat.
Where can I get one of those?
Day.
A quitter? Where can I get one of those? Spider, you know anybody that's a cheap date? Well, you guys are no help at all.
Well, I got to tell you the story about how bean and stick got invented.
Okay.
There was this town in Germany, and kind of back in the days, you had barbarians and stuff like that running all over the place. And
so last week.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but anyway, they were being assaulted by the guys in the next town, and so they couldn't figure out what to do. They're out of weapons and everything like that, but they're a big honey producing area, so they had all these beehives hanging in trees and stuff like that. So what they did is got catapults and started hurling the beehives at the enemy, and then of course the beehive smashes, the bees come out there, and that's so that they drove the hordes away and saved the town. So they invented bean and stick or bee sting cake in memory of their victory over the barbarians.
In the next town over.
Yep.
So actually, from what I gather, President Trump shouldn't be too concerned with one dumb chump over in North Korea.
He just fired some bees at him.
Yeah, forget the nuclear weapons. Right. You got to get rid of those beehives. That North Koreans been
right
collecting. Speaking of little politics, they used to call Bill Clinton the big dog. Well, now you know what they're calling Barack Obama in this article? Sleek dog. Got off the porch, and this is an editorial, finally, because Obama hasn't really done much in the way of promoting, the midterm elections. Well, this week
he took some time off.
Well, I guess so. 2 years.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think. Go ahead.
Why should he be promoting it? None of the other past presidents really did anything.
Well, I thought Bill Clinton, the big dog, got off, and he was promoting going around and talking at various places for. Well, of course, he was probably getting $50,000 a pop.
He's just looking for interns.
Hey, I wonder if our intern from Kenosha Downtown Inc. is going to end up working for the big dog.
I don't know.
Or probably has already. Anyway, the sleek dog got off.
Working for K-Dog.
Yeah, we got the big dog, sleek dog, and K-Dog. Yeah, K-Dog would be my choice to be the next director of Downtown Inc.
Why?
He knows how to hobnob. He knows business. He's a salesman, rep for Modine, and they're up something like $500 million.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
His boss says he doesn't have a clue how he got there or why that is.
All right.
But he's going to be retiring. He's got to get out of the house, and otherwise his wife has been retired, and that's not going to end well with two people 24/7.
Well, she travels all the time. So she's the world traveler. So that's it. She keeps going to these third world countries and contracting unpronounceable
malaria
diseases.
and some funky. K-Dog could come back from with a vacation with a disease. And I know just where to send him too.
Where might that be?
Backyard Bar Manor. Anyway, you're going to be gone next week.
I am.
You're going to be gone the whole weekend, or just
the weekend? Oh. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Watch, it'll be like this, and when you get on the road, it'll be downpours and buckets of rain over.
Yeah, probably
being washed out. And,
yeah.
Boy, I haven't gone on a vacation with a woman. Man, there's probably a reason for that too, but it's been a long time. I guess I have issues. What do you think, Elmo? As my former relationship advisor?
Well, didn't that place you want to go to in Sturtevant and close down?
The Hiawatha. Well, when the train quit coming through, man, it was over.
Right, yeah.
What better way to show a girl a good time? You bring a bottle of Muscatel, you bring a couple ham sandwiches, you sit there and watch the train go through.
Sure.
And then there's a polka dance going on. Boy, you don't put that in your profile, though, because that's not going to work.
No, that's not going to.
Maybe
Not
I
gonna
should.
get too
Maybe I
much
should go
out of it.
back to the online thing.
Yeah, try swiping right. There's an app for that now. You got
Yeah.
a fancy phone, you'd be okay.
An app
Oh yeah,
for online dating?
yeah.
What
They
would
got
my-
all sorts of stuff.
What would my profile? No, what would,
No.
what would be my username? Loser two? No, I'm gonna get a date the old-fashioned way.
Chloroform.
No. Well, I hate it when you're so honest. You'll be missed next week. Take another week off if you
Yeah,
want.
just go ahead and take two.
No, I'm assuming that when that might not be such a bad idea, as goofy as that sounds.
As silly as it sounds.
You know, you don't use these what's his name? Bill Cosby used all these pills and
Yeah, pills and
Date
stuff.
rape
No,
drugs.
right. Yeah. You just walk up and say, "Hey, does this rag smell like chloroform?" There you go.
Boy, I tell you, that's really sounding a whole lot better.
I can handle things.
Yeah.
I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
See, Scott, that way they wouldn't be saying, "Do I have to stay awake for this?" Because they'd already be asleep. So that's
Yeah, see, that eliminates the
There
one
you go.
process. See?
Right. Everybody wins. They
I'm
get
going to rehire you, Elmo. Yeah, it's a win-win. That's
Right.
me. Win-win.
I have a clue for the secret word. So,
All right, make it quick. What's the?
this is something people occasionally sit on.
Are we talking about the same word?
Bees?
No, you said
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. What is this? Oh, that's something different.
that's Angie's phone number.
He just wants me to call Angie later.
Okay, you got
Heavy
5
info.
minutes to do the secret word. You know, we were waiting for my good friend Eric to put the name on me, the backdoor bandit,
Oh yeah.
and
He was going to call about the fat drivers again. He was all
he was too lather.
Is he still on that?
Oh,
man.
he almost
my
got hit
goodness.
like 3 times the other day.
Oh, boy.
He was going crazy.
So I was ready for him. You know, the breaker 119. You know,
Sure.
I got the bandit, and you know, so I went online and I got some of these. Remember the old CB slang?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You got a call?
Oh, there's a blinky light. I figured you'd want to talk to somebody. But,
Maybe
you know.
somebody trying to guess the secret word.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
It's Irish root. The secret word. If I fall out of an airplane, it's what I land on, a cushion.
Incorrect.
No, ma'am. Good try, though.
Better luck
That was
next time.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
bye.
You fall out of an airplane and you're going to land on a cushion?
She said bye.
What kind of logic is that?
You expect logic from Irish?
Well, I mean, the cushion's good for a flotation device.
Yeah.
Maybe you fall out of an airplane, you use the cushion as a parachute. I don't know.
Hey,
maybe
Maybe the plane is on the ground.
maybe
and
the
you fall
cushion,
out of the plane.
Maybe the cushions have changed since the last time I took a flight.
I guess. You know what it is? What I want you to do on that little sheet that, you know, the blip sheet?
Yeah.
I want you to notate those 2 times that Irish Ruth called in and show
Right.
that Mr. Perry that we got rid of her in a total of 15 seconds between
Right.
the two.
I
of
think
them.
between the two.
I mean,
yeah.
we should be up some broadcasting of the year.
I
award for that.
guarantee you that we're getting nominated for something.
Yeah. Anyway, what I started to say in the last couple minutes here is some of the old CB slang.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Breaker, good buddy.
Breaker, good buddy.
That's a
This
big
is the bandit calling. Remember, you know what a sleeper leaper is?
That's a big fat mercy.
No, it's a big fat working girl.
Oh, yeah.
I
All
added
right.
the big fat portion.
Yeah.
You know what a lot lizard is?
A working girl.
At a truck stop. Oh, you know this.
I know stuff.
The town clown. Now don't go nuts with this.
I don't think
It's a local police officer.
that's what I was going to say.
Pay the water bill. That means use the restroom.
All right.
Starving the bears. That's driving the speed limit. Half cheese is a short school bus. The short
That's
bus.
funny. I like that.
What's the chew and choke?
Oh, I got nothing.
Truck stop.
Truck stop, restaurant, yeah.
All right.
How about bucket mouth? It's a person that's loud, obnoxious, or vulgar. That doesn't apply to us. How about
No.
How about go 10-100? Go 10-100. That means you got to go take a pee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Catch you on the flip flop. That's
See you
talk
later.
on the return. Watch your donkey.
Please don't.
That's my pickup line.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you want to watch my donkey? No.
Yeah, here's some chloroform.
Right,
This will go a
yeah.
lot smoother.
Hey,